Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the top 30 pitchers. I know I've done the top 5 right-handed starters, top 5 left-handed starters, but today I'm gonna show you who I believe are the top 30 pitchers in this game. My criteria for this will be number one, if they transcend difficulty, meaning if you can use them on All-Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. Number two, personal experience, how I've done using them, but of also how easy do I think it is to hit against them. Number three, price. Obviously, those stubs are always very valuable, but most importantly, I think your time is even more valuable. So, if it's a big grind, you're not going to be at top of the list. I don't care how good you are. And finally, the consensus community opinion. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you're new around here, subscribe. We just hit 100 subs last week. We are growing. Consider joining the Discord. I have a link to the server in the description. I can answer all of your questions over there. And yeah, let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. Maybe I have your favorite pitcher very low, or maybe I didn't even include him on the list. I would love to know in the comment section down below. All right, let's jump right into it. Number 30, I got this Johan Santana. Grinding 3 hours for this card, I don't think is worth at all. He looked good on paper, very similar to CC Sabathia, but I think at this point, I would much rather use CC. CC, you can get him in like an hour of grinding. So there's that. He doesn't have anything. I mean, even if you're on Legend, then yeah, he's probably very good there because of the control. But Hall of Fame, I think he's going to be pretty bad. All Star, unusable, and he's not worth the grind in my opinion. He's just here because he's good, but he's not anything special. Garrett Crochet, another guy that you have to grind a lot. You have to spend some stubs to get him. I don't really know what's his like real price. You have to have like all of the you need like 40, I think, like 30 something, either like all-star voucher players or just buy the all-star players from the pack, which I think it's a lot for this pitcher. There's some people that absolutely love this card and think he's the best pitcher in the game. I'm on the other side of that spectrum. I've also heard a lot of people say he's absolute trash, that he always gets shelled. I think he's trash. I've used him and he's gotten lit up, and I also destroy him every time I faced him. And he's not cheap. You have to grind or spend like a lot of stuff. He's definitely not worth it in my opinion. Again, and well, I mean, you can use him on all three difficulties, no problem, but I just don't think he's all that. Billy Wagner, very expensive. I don't really remember. You need 14 vouchers, but I don't know how many cards. I don't know if you need the Ted Williams vouchers or all the Jose Bautista vouchers. If you need the Jose Bautista vouchers, that means you need a lot of cards on 14 different series cards. So I think that's a lot. And personally, I think this card is shit. When he came out, I thought he was going to be the best pitcher in the game, the best closer in the game, but he's just not. He's gotten lit up to the point that I just stopped using him. He's not worth the stubs in my opinion. Obviously, if you want to make the argument that he's going to help you for the Legends and Flashbacks collection, I mean, obviously, if you have Ted Williams and Scott Rowland, you probably have him just by default. But I don't think he's been so shit for me, and I have not faced him, so that's probably why. I think a lot of people are just getting lit up whenever they use him. I don't know why he has the pitch mix, he has everything, but he just is so easy to read. I guess I don't really know, but yeah, he's definitely not worth it. Don't stress him. I think there's like at least five better left-handed starters, especially if you consider the price. We move on to the top 27, 6, and 27, 26, and 25. I got two relievers and a starter. Trevor Rogers. He's okay. He's free. You can get him by grinding the game a couple minutes, 30 minutes or so. On All Star, I wouldn't use this card, but once you get to Hall of Fame and Legend, He's going to be sneaky good. He's more of like a spot starter, but he is free, very easy to get. So you don't have to spend a lot of time grinding. And besides, if you needed him for Griffey and Adame, so he's all right. That sweeper is very good. He has a somewhat OP pitch mix. Again, I wouldn't use this card on All Star. Andrew Miller, a someone that's going to struggle because of the meta. I think right-handed batters crush him now that a lot of switch hitters that came out actually have better splits against lefties like Jimmy Rollins. There's Willie Castro, Posada, and Bernie all hit better against lefties. He's going to struggle, but if you can use him on a spot against Carl Schwarber, Ken Griffey, Ted Williams, I think he's going to be very successful for you. I just stopped using him because of all of the switch hitters. I used him for like 10 innings and he didn't give up a single run for me with like 11 strikeouts, so he was fine, but I just thought it was time to move on. Brock Stewart, I think he's worse than Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips is my guy. I trust him with my life. If you watch some of my previous videos, you already know. But he is literally Evan Phillips with his per nine's a little bit lower, but he has better control and he has a changeup. So he has that fifth pitch to his arsenal. He has a sweeper, changeup, sinker, cutter, four seam. Doesn't throw very hard. He's not very janky or anything, but he just gets the job done. Obviously, you can use him in all three difficulties, and he's extremely easy to get. You can get him by beating the Dodgers on the Conquest map. So extremely fast to get. You can get this guy in like 20 minutes. So for that reason, he cracks the top 30 in my opinion. We go to number 24, Joan Duran, guy that you can use in all difficulties. He's not going to be great, but I guess he's comparable, similar to Felix Bautista, who I think is the best right-handed reliever in the game. Probably the best reliever, period. But he's a half the price at least. I think this Duran is like 20k at best, and he's only going to get cheaper, while Bautista will probably keep going up. But you can use him, All-Star Hall of Fame legend, sweeper with a splitter and a four-seam outlier. He's always good. For 20k, if you don't want to spend the stuff for Bautista, I think he could be all right. Clay Buchholz and Corey Kluber, a couple of right-handed starters here. They're only Hall of Fame or above. You are never going to use these cards on All-Star. Kluber has been disgusting for me even on Hall of Fame. I think he has the best slider, at least for a right-handed pitcher in the game. His slider is disgusting. You can tunnel that with a cutter and the sinker inside against lefties. I've been having a lot of success with this card. Clay Buchholz, very annoying. He doesn't throw hard. You're just going to be relying on your opponent missing because of his low changeup. He's similar to Maddox, doesn't have the control though, so you have to be very careful with him. He's 20k, Kluber is 30k. So if they were cheaper, I would definitely have them a lot higher in this list. That's for sure. But for now, they would be at my top 23, and they're the 23 and 22nd best pitcher in the game. Number 21, I got Joe Nathan. He's cheap now. He's 10k. I probably wouldn't use this card on All-Star, but he has a 5-pitch mix, slider, changeup, sinker, cutter, four-seam. So very good pitch mix. His per nights are not amazing, but he will get the job done. He's actually kind of underrated now. I think he got overlooked because we got a lot of relievers with the new threats collection that we got the other day. Not yesterday. That came out like 2 weeks ago now. I'm tripping here. So very good. I rate him. I've used him and he was fine. He did good against lefties, so no complaints from me. Number 20, this was where I have Bautista. I know I said he's the best right-handed reliever in the game, but he's very expensive for an arm that you should probably never be spending 50k on a reliever when there's just so many better options. But if you have those stubs and you play on Hall of Fame legend and you are facing constant goons and very good players, You should probably get him. Again, on All Star, you're going to fry people because of the speed differentials, and he's just very funky. The splitter looks exactly the same out of the hand as the four seam. He is still the best right handed closer reliever in the game, in my opinion. Downside is he's expensive, so that's why he's lower in this list. Corbin Burns, a guy that I hate. I think he sucks. I crush him, and he gets shelled for me. He's 40K stubs, but he works for some people. Some people absolutely dud with this card, and it's kind of annoying. But you just have to take pictures, and they will eventually miss, or the game will make them miss. So you don't have to be worried too much. Obviously, you can use him on All Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. He just has that sinker cutter. Doesn't have the best speed differential, so I would definitely be very mindful of that if you're using this card on All Star. But that sinker cutter is kind of disgusting. But I don't think he's like insanely for strikeouts, and that's how I like my pitchers. He's expensive. Number 19 for him. 18, I got Tyler Rogers. He's a cheaper Darren O'Day. Doesn't have the changeup, but he's still going to be very good, very annoying. You have to be a dick if you want to use this card. You have to be an asshole. You have to be annoying, and you don't have to care. So sinker is going to be very hard to square up. He has insane control, maxed out walks per nine. So this card is going to be disgusting. Obviously, you're never going to use this card on All Star. That's why he is not higher on my list. But I think he's very good. Obviously, he's going to be very annoying on Hall of Fame and Legend. But if you face someone that's good, they're going to absolutely shell him. 17, I got Randy Johnson. He's expensive, 50K, but you can still use this card, and he's going to fry on all three difficulties. That's why he's higher for me. You can use him in every difficulty. He's a lefty. Control is very bad at this point of the game. So my strategy whenever I see him, just take pitches. He's going to start walking you and lose the strike zone. But I think for someone that is going to chase a lot, he's still very good. John Donaldson, I would put him in like the top 5, but that grind to get this card is insane. It's a lot of hours, a lot of just brain dead, brain rot moments with the Negro Leagues series cards. It's very annoying. He's technically free. You can use him. He's going to dominate on all three difficulties. That's why he's still in this list, really. But the grind, it's a little bit too much for me. If you don't have him, I probably wouldn't go out of my way. I get that he's a voucher and that he's necessary if you're going for Bautista and Ted Williams. But yeah, I don't know how can you justify doing the grind for him at this point. 15, I got Gregory Soto. He's 5K now, so he's very cheap. You can obviously use him in all difficulties. The only downside with him is he pitches out of the stretch, and his pinpoint especially is very annoying. Even the analog release is very hard to time up. If you can use him and you can get along with that, he's going to be very good. For 5K, one of the best lefty relievers. Chris Sale, he's here because you're going to fry people on All Star with him. Even on Hall of Fame, on Legend, you see better players for a 4-pitch mix. I don't think he's usable on Legend, but if you know how to work with him, you know how to tunnel, he's still going to give people some problems, even the best players. For 5,000 stubs, a lefty starter, I think he's very valuable. Number 13, I got Spencer Strider. This is like the right-handed Chris Sale. He's going to fry on All-Star. Hall of Fame, I probably stop using him. So he's like literally an All-Star goon only. He's free. You can get him by grinding him like 5 minutes, I think. Very fast, very easy to get. So he's mainly here because he's extremely easy to acquire, and you're going to fry people on All-Star. If you play on 400s, 500s, maybe even 600s, you're going to destroy people with this card. So he's basically a guaranteed win. If you're struggling, he gives you a free win every 5 games. So I rate him quite highly for that reason. Number 12, I got Chapman. 5K for one of the best lefty relievers. You can use him in all 3 difficulties. Some people just freak out whenever they see him. He has this intimidation quirk. They just swing early at everything. You can get a lot of people chasing the splitter and the slider a lot, especially earlier in the count. The first two batters that you see, they're just sitting fastball or expecting the sinker to get up in their hands like 102. When in reality, the sinker, I think he tops out like 98. So it's not too crazy. He doesn't have the best speed differentials, but he just works. I still have it on my bullpen. I think he's very good for 5K. I think he's probably a must on your bullpen, honestly. Number 11, Ryan Hesley. He's very fast to get. You can get him in like 20 minutes. Just have to do the annoying showdowns. Again, if you're struggling with showdown, I don't think it really matters what pitchers you're using. There's no way you should be struggling to hit on veteran. Are you going to have a very hard time? But he's free to get. You can use him All-Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend, and he has a very good pitch mix. I really like him. He's walked a lot of people, and I will say the cutter is not insane. He hangs it a lot. So maybe I'm being biased here because he helps with the Mets boost, but maybe I will look to replace him soon. But he's been fine for me so far. And number 10, still cracked the top 10 in my opinion, Nate Pearson. Probably the second best right-handed pitcher. Obviously, value-wise, he has a nasty stuff, honestly. Great pitch mix, that slow changeup with a bullet slider, the four-seam outlier. He's one of the guys that throws like 102 and 103 consistently, similar to Strider. He's just nasty, man. You can use him All-Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. He is still extremely good. For 5,000 stubs, I think he's better than Burns. He's definitely better than Waldo Jimenez, better than Kluber, especially if you're on All-Star. I think he should be in your rotation for 5,000 stubs. Continuing with the top 10, CC Sabathia. Some people will say I have this card too high. Some people will say he shouldn't even be in the top 30. But he's very fast. You can get him by grinding the game for an hour. His program is nothing too crazy. And you can use him on all three difficulties. I will say with CC, he's very annoying. Games are going to be very long. So if you're not into that, you hate his release because of that, I get it. I just stopped using him because of that. Free, but I will say again, you're not going to be getting a lot of strikeouts with this card. He doesn't really have like an out pitch. You're just relying on your opponent making the wrong reads, just making mistakes, swinging at balls, or making them miss with a slider and the changeup, thinking it's a sinker or four seam. But speed differentials are fine, so you can get away with it. You can definitely pitch. You just don't get to be a thrower. You have to pitch with this card. So he's kind of fun if you can tolerate the slow ass wind up. Number 8, Ryan O'Day. He's basically free. Okay. Again, you have to grind for Santana, which is kind of annoying. But doing the David Wright program, doing the Conquest map, or no, where do you get the other cards? You can get 2 cards fairly easy in like 30 minutes in the mini seasons. You do the program, and you're going to unlock a couple of packs. So you're basically getting this guy for free, 20k at most, if you just have to buy one of the lower round cards if you don't have Beltran, I think. So at the very best, he's 20k. I think you can use him in all 3 difficulties, to be honest. I know on Hall of Fame, he's not the best, but he has the stats, he has the per 9s. 99 control on every pitch is insane. Legend, he's going to be very annoying, very good, especially against righties with that slider. And for the people that think that this card is unusable because he throws very slow on All-Star and Hall of Fame, I think you can get people to just swing in and confused, at least for an inning. He's like a gimmick guy. I really wouldn't throw him for more than an inning, just because once your opponent figures it out, he's going to get shelled. He doesn't really have anything that's just going to overpower you or fool you. After, he's a one-trick pony basically, but he's free basically. One of the best for his value. Number 7, I still got this Danny Colombe, man. I think he is the best. I'm not gonna say he's the best. because I have another reliever up there. But especially, obviously, All Star. The only reason that I don't consider him the best reliever is because I don't think he's good on All Star. Obviously, you can make it work because he's just very funky. That sinker and the cutter will definitely throw some people off. Especially, you can get a lot of just weak rollovers with the cutter. Especially after using someone like, I don't know, like Clemens with outlier forcing. Then you go to Danny, lefty, janky with a cutter that's super slow. On All Star, his cutter feels like 78. Like, it's very annoying. So maybe I'm talking my way into believing that you can actually use this card on All Star, but he's more of like a gimmick on All Star. But on Hall of Fame and Legend, he's my most used reliever that I still have in my bullpen. I've used him for like 50 innings. I have like a 1.2 ERA with him. I'm sorry, 2.2 ERA with him with a way below 1. He's insane. He's 13K. I think he's still relevant. He's probably going to be in my bullpen all year. I was really disappointed that he did not get a new threats one, but I think he would have been too overpowered. Okay, number 6, and we start with the top 5 too. So 6, I got Clemens here. And yeah, I think you're probably saying, why do you have like 600, 700,000 stuff cards here? Well, because he's going to help you. You need him if you want the best card in the game. Beltran, obviously. And you can use him All Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. Obviously, he is not the free win that he was at the beginning of the year, but I still think he gets it done. Um, Yesterday, I finally played some rank after like a week of not playing the game, at least online, and I kind of struggled versus him. I only put up 3 runs in 5 innings, so he's not that guy anymore. But for 600k, you may be thinking I'm crazy for putting him this high, especially because I've been very harsh on people that cost like 40, 50k. But he's going to work you. He's going to help you work towards Beltran, and I think he's the best card in the game, period. Starting our top 5, I got Clayton Kershaw here. He's free, very easy to get. Program is not annoying. I will say on All Star you have to be very careful. He's going to be good against people that just swing at garbage, basically chasing the changeup, the slider, and the 12-6. But on All Star I would be very careful. You have to be playing someone that just doesn't have any discipline and is very bad at the game. Hall of Fame and Legend, I think he's the second best lefty in the game. I've been having a blast using this card. He's so much fun to pitch with. The tunnels that you can make with this card, he's very funky. I will say really takes some time to figure out his release out of the stretch, but he's basically unbeatable out of the stretch. So if your opponent is hoping that you walk him and you just got the timing right for it, he's going to have a very hard time. He's pretty much impossible to rock around with singles, and I really like him because of that. It's either like a home run or bust with him, because if your opponent puts people on base, they're going to have a very hard time with his release. You can tunnel a lot, so yeah, I think I really wanted to put him higher, to be honest. Number 3, top 3 started. I got, I'm sorry about that. Number 4, I got Morejon. He's the best reliever in the game, in my opinion. You can use him all 3 difficulties, no problem. He's 7,000 steps. Cutter, four-seam sinker with a changeup and a slider. The changeup is not very good, so you will struggle a little bit against righties, but you can just tunnel that sinker and the cutter. They're very fast. The sinker feels like 100. He has a very his sinker feels a lot like all lighters, but it feels a lot harder than it actually is. And this kid is topping out at like 99 on every sinker he throws. Like, he's throwing at least 98 in every single sinker that you throw. He's very annoying. His cutter is fast, and he throws like 100 on his four seam. He's still my go-to reliever after Danny. He's like a guy that I just throw whenever I need a couple of innings, because he's just that good. Obviously, he's difficulty, doesn't matter what difficulty you play on. I think he's the best lefty reliever in the game. Okay, our final 3 guys, our top 3. I got Scooble. I just stopped using him because I cannot pitch with him out of the stretch. I think it's stupid. If you can manage to use him, he's probably like a better Kershaw just because of the outlier, I will say. But I just cannot pitch with him. I walk everybody once everybody hits my opponent. Whenever my opponent puts somebody on base, I cannot do anything with this card. I suck. I get shelled. But if you can tolerate that, he's 13k stub, so it's very cheap. Obviously, you can use him all three difficulties, no problem. He's going to dominate for you if you can get a hang of his pinpoint or his analog. He's still very good. I really hate that he has that annoying delivery, because I would still be using him. I just cannot use him. Like, I just cannot use him, but I think he's amazing. If you want to put him lower because of that, I understand, but I just think he's too good not to have him here. Number 2, I got Outlighter, the best lefty in the game in my opinion, especially if you are playing on Hall of Fame and above. Once you get to Hall of Fame, he is the best pitcher in the game. But on All-Star, I think he's BP. I don't think he's good at all on All-Star. His pitches on Hall of Fame feel disgusting. The changeup is the best changeup in the game. The slider, the best slider in the game. The sinker feels like the best sinker. The cutter feels like the best cutter in the game. It's just super stupid with this card. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like trying to hit the 99 card. This card still throws 6-7 innings every time I faced him. I really struggled with him, and I just overpower my opponents as well whenever I use him. If you're not doing a mirror match, lighter versus lighter, you're winning the game. You start this guy 80% of the time. You're going to start the game with a lead unless you're playing like an absolute goon. So for that reason, if you're playing like on the 700s, 800s, he has to be in your rotation. He's basically a guaranteed win like 80% of the time. And number 1, I got this Justin Verlander. If you did not watch my previous video, I made a video talking how to pitch with him, how to sequence, how I like to tunnel, and I destroyed a guy online. I think he's the most fun pitcher that this year. Probably not as fun as Kershaw, but he's literally a red-handed Kershaw. Again, if you do not watch the video, I would highly recommend you go and watch it. But he's free. You can get him by grinding the game for like 30 minutes or like less than an hour. You can use him obviously on All-Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. I made a new account with one of my buddies that just got the game, and we started playing co-op. We got 19 strikeouts with this Verlander card on Veteran. And, take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, we're playing some people that were just horrible at the game. That's why they play on Veteran. But getting 19 strikeouts on Veteran, I think that really means something. I don't know how is that even possible, but yeah, bulletproof against difficulties, free, extremely fun to play with. He's a Verlander, so he's fan favorite. Nasty pitch mix. You can sequence. I think he's the best pitcher in the game, all things considered. So that is going to be the end of the video. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you disagree with me on some of my rankings. That's my opinion. And leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new around here so you don't miss out on any future MLB The Show content. I will do the same thing, but for position players tomorrow. I will do the top 50 players, so stay tuned for that. Until then, I'll catch you later.